Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Lecture 9 Perspective Projection. So far, we have learned orthographic projection, isometric projection, and freehand sketching. In this lecture, we will study another important method of representing three-dimensional objects called perspective projection. Perspective projection is the method that most closely resembles how our eyes actually see objects. Objects that are closer to us appear larger, while objects farther away appear smaller. This gives the drawing a realistic appearance. In this lecture, we will learn the different types of perspective projection, understand the important elements involved, and finally solve engineering drawing problems using the visual ray method. Let us begin. Next slide. One-point perspective projection. Let us begin with the simplest type of perspective projection called the one-point perspective. In this method, the object is positioned so that one of its faces is parallel to the picture plane. Because of this arrangement, only the edges that move away from the observer appear to converge. Observe the figure carefully. Notice that all the receding edges appear to meet at a single point on the horizon. This point is called the vanishing point. The edges that are parallel to the picture plane remain parallel in the perspective view, while only the depth of the object appears to reduce as it moves away from the observer. This gives the drawing a realistic appearance, just as we see railway tracks or a long road appearing to meet at a distant point. One-point perspective is commonly used for drawing objects that are viewed directly from the front, such as buildings, rooms, corridors, and roads. In the next slide, we will see how the perspective view changes when the object is viewed from a corner instead of directly from the front. Next slide, two-point perspective projection. Let us now study the two-point perspective projection. Unlike the one-point perspective, here the object is viewed from a corner rather than directly from the front. As a result, two sets of receding edges move away from the observer in different directions. Observe the figure carefully. Notice that these two sets of edges appear to converge towards two different vanishing points, one on the left and the other on the right. This is why it is called a two-point perspective. The vertical edges of the object remain vertical, while the horizontal edges receding in two different directions gradually converge towards their respective vanishing points. This creates a more realistic representation of the object, especially when it is viewed from an angle. Two-point perspective is widely used for drawing buildings, furniture, and engineering components when the corner of the object faces the observer. Compared to one-point perspective, this method provides a better sense of depth and allows us to visualize the object more naturally. Next slide, three-point perspective projection. Let us now study the three-point perspective projection, which provides the most realistic representation of an object. In this type of perspective, the object is viewed from a position where its height, width, and depth are all inclined with respect to the observer. As a result, none of the three principal directions remain parallel in the perspective view. Observe the figure carefully. You will notice that the receding edges converge towards three different vanishing points. Two vanishing points are located on the horizon, representing the width and depth of the object, while the third vanishing point is either above or below the horizon, representing the height. Because all three sets of edges converge, the object appears more natural and closely resembles the way we see tall buildings or large structures when we look upward or downward. Three-point perspective is commonly used in architectural drawings, cityscape illustrations, and computer graphics where a highly realistic appearance is required. Compared with 1-point and 2-point perspective, this method gives the strongest impression of depth and height. Next slide. Elements of perspective projection. Before we learn how to draw a perspective projection, let us become familiar with the basic elements and terminology used in perspective projection. These terms are used repeatedly while solving engineering drawing problems. PP stands for picture plane. It is the imaginary vertical plane on which the perspective image of the object is formed. GP stands for ground plane. It is the horizontal plane on which the object is assumed to rest. GL stands for ground line. It is the line of intersection between the picture plane and the ground plane. SP stands for station point. This represents the position of the observer's eye. All the visual rays originate from this point. CP stands for central plane. It is a vertical plane passing through the station point and is used as a reference while locating the observer with respect to the object. HP stands for horizon plane. It is a horizontal plane passing through the station point. The intersection of this plane with the picture plane gives the horizon line, which represents the observer's eye level. AHP stands for auxiliary horizontal plane. It is an additional horizontal reference plane used during the construction of perspective projections, particularly in the visual ray method, to accurately transfer points from one view to another. Understanding these elements and their functions is essential because they form the basis of every perspective projection problem that we will solve. Next slide. Orthographic projection of perspective elements. Before we draw the perspective projection of an object, we must first understand the orthographic projection of the perspective elements. This construction forms the foundation for the visual ray method. Observe the figure carefully. It shows all the important elements required for perspective projection. The ground plane, or GP, is the horizontal plane on which the object rests. The picture plane, or PP, is the vertical plane on which the perspective view is formed. The station point, or SP, represents the position of the observer's eye. All visual rays originate from this point. The level of eye, also called the horizon line, represents the height of the observer's eye above the ground plane. The viewing direction indicates the direction in which the observer is looking towards the object. In the orthographic view, the object, the picture plane, and the station point are first located according to the given dimensions. These locations are then used to draw the visual rays and determine the perspective projection accurately. Understanding the position and purpose of each of these elements is essential before attempting any perspective projection problem. Next slide. Terminology of perspective projection. In this slide, let us understand the meaning of the important terms used in perspective projection. These definitions will help you interpret engineering drawing problems correctly. The picture plane, PP, is a vertical transparent plane on which the perspective image of the object is formed. You can think of it as an imaginary glass sheet placed between the observer and the object. The station point, SP, represents the position of the observer's eye. All the visual rays originate from this point before intersecting the picture plane. The ground plane, GP, is the horizontal plane that coincides with the ground. It is the plane on which the object is assumed to rest. The horizontal plane, HP, is an imaginary plane passing through the eye level of the observer and is perpendicular to the picture plane. Its intersection with the picture plane forms the horizon line, which represents the observer's eye level. The ground line, GL, is the line of intersection between the ground plane and the picture plane. It serves as an important reference line in perspective construction. Finally, the auxiliary horizontal plane, AHP, is a plane parallel to the horizontal plane. During the visual ray method, the top view of the object is projected onto the AHP to assist in locating the perspective points accurately. These terms form the basic vocabulary of perspective projection and are essential for understanding and constructing perspective drawings. Next slide. Effect of conical projection. In the previous slides, we learned about the elements of perspective projection. Now, let us understand the effect of conical projection, which explains how perspective projection is formed. Imagine that the observer is looking at an object. From the observer's eye, straight lines called visual rays extend to every point on the object. Since these rays spread outward from a single point, they form a cone of vision. This is why the method is called conical projection. Where these visual rays intersect the picture plane, the corresponding points of the perspective image are obtained. By joining these points, we get the final perspective view of the object. Because all the visual rays originate from a single point, the observer's eye, objects that are farther away appear smaller, while objects closer to the observer appear larger. This creates a realistic sense of depth, just as we experience in everyday vision. The figure on this slide illustrates this principle, showing how the cone of visual rays produces the perspective image on the picture plane. This concept forms the basis of all perspective projection methods used in engineering graphics. Next slide. Perspective projection of a square pyramid, visual ray method. Now let us solve our first perspective projection problem using the visual ray method. The problem states that a square pyramid with a base side of 20 millimeters and a height of 40 millimeters is resting on the ground plane or GP on its base. Its axis is parallel to the picture plane and the pyramid is placed 25 millimeters behind the picture plane. One of its base edges is also parallel to the picture plane. The station point, which represents the observer's eye, is located 50 millimeters above the ground plane and 40 millimeters in front of the picture plane. It is also positioned 40 millimeters to the left of the axis of the pyramid. To solve this problem, we first draw the top view and front view of the pyramid in the given position. Next, we locate the picture plane and accurately mark the station point according to the given dimensions. From the station point, visual rays are drawn to all the corners of the pyramid in the top view. The points where these rays intersect the picture plane are identified. These intersection points are then projected upward to the elevation, where they meet the corresponding visual rays from the front view. The resulting points are joined carefully to obtain the final perspective projection of the square pyramid. By following the systematic construction steps, we obtain an accurate perspective view that represents how the pyramid would appear to an observer standing at the specified station point. Next slide. Understanding the picture plane, PP, and ground plane, GP. In this slide, let us understand the relationship between the picture plane, PP, and the ground plane, GP, which are the two reference planes used in perspective projection. The ground plane, or GP, is the horizontal plane on which the object rests. It represents the ground surface in our drawing. The picture plane, or PP, is a vertical transparent plane placed between the observer and the object. The perspective image is formed on this plane when the visual rays from the observer intersect it. Notice how the PP is perpendicular to the GP, forming the basic reference system for perspective projection. The position of the object with respect to the picture plane and the position of the station point with respect to both PP and GP determine the final appearance of the perspective view. Understanding these two planes is very important because every perspective projection problem begins by locating the object, the picture plane, the ground plane, and the station point accurately before drawing the visual rays. This construction serves as the basis for obtaining an accurate perspective projection using the visual ray method. Next slide. Perspective projection of a square pyramid. In this slide, we can see the completed perspective projection of the square pyramid obtained using the visual ray method. Observe the drawing carefully. The pyramid appears exactly as it would be seen by an observer standing at the specified station point. The face closer to the observer appears larger, while the portions farther away appear smaller, creating a realistic sense of depth. Notice how the slant edges of the pyramid converge naturally towards the apex, giving the object a true three-dimensional appearance. Also observe that only the visible edges are shown clearly in the final perspective view, while the hidden edges are omitted to improve clarity. This completed drawing is the result of the systematic construction steps we discussed earlier, starting with the orthographic views, locating the picture plane and the station point, drawing the visual rays, identifying their intersections with the picture plane, and finally obtaining the perspective view. By following the steps carefully, we can accurately draw the perspective projection of any engineering object using the visual ray method. Next slide. Perspective projection of a staircase. Model. Let us now consider another perspective projection problem using the visual ray method. In this problem, the object is a staircase model consisting of 3 treads, each measuring 10 millimeters, and 3 rises, each also measuring 10 millimeters. The overall length of the staircase model is 50 millimeters. The staircase is positioned such that its nearest face is 10 millimeters behind the picture plane, PP. The station point representing the observer's eye is located 70 millimeters above the ground plane, GP, and 35 millimeters in front of the picture plane. It also lies in a central plane that is 40 millimeters to the left of the extreme face of the staircase. Using these given dimensions and positions, we need to draw the perspective projection of the staircase model by the visual ray method. In the next slides, we will see the construction procedure and the completed perspective view of this staircase model. Next slide. Perspective projection of a staircase model completed solution. In this slide, we can see the completed perspective projection of the staircase model obtained using the visual ray method. Observe how the staircase appears as it would be seen by an observer standing at the specified station point. The steps closer to the observer appear larger, while those farther away appear smaller, producing a realistic three-dimensional effect. Notice that the construction is based on the visual rays drawn from the station point to the various corners of the staircase. The intersections of these rays with the picture plane help us accurately locate the points in the final perspective view. Only the visible edges are highlighted to make the drawing clear and easy to understand. With this example, we have learned how to construct the perspective projection of engineering objects using the visual ray method. We also studied the different types of perspective projection, the essential terminology, and the step-by-step procedure for solving perspective projection problems. This completes our discussion on perspective projection. In the next lecture, we will move on to the next topic in engineering graphics. Thank you.